Okay, well, this next for each example is a little bit more complicated than the last. What I want to have happen here is I want Excel to take a look at every cell that's the total commission, so what's inside of the E column there. And I want to give everyone a quarterly bonus. Now, the bonus is going to be based off of the commission. So if they've made $10,000 or more, they'll get a 10% commission. If they made $7,000 to $10,000, they'll get a 7% commission. Anything else, they'll get a 3% commission. So I've attached that to the Calculate Bonus button. And when I click on that, notice there's your answers. All right, so I'm going to switch over to Visual Basic and show you how that's done. All right, so I'm here inside of Module 1, and of course the first thing I need to do is declare all my variables, and I have quite a few of them here in this example. So the first thing that I'm going to declare is my E column. It's going to be the cells that I'm going to be searching in for everyone's commission. So I'm going to declare that as a range, and then also to get everyone's individual commission inside of those cells, I'm going to declare the cells there as objects, so that will look like this. Dim search commission as range, and then end com as object. That's my individual commissions. All right, now in this example, I'll also be counting how many rows I have. So I'm going to also declare a variable called count as a byte. Next, because I need VBA to check my commission and then give me a bonus, and those are both in currency, I need to declare both commission and bonus as currency. Okay, so those are all of my variables. So I've declared search commission there as the range. Remember, that's going to be my E4 through E9. So I need to tell VBA that. I need to tell VBA that search commission is E4 through E9 on sheet 1. I haven't renamed my sheet, so it's still sheet 1. So that's going to look like this. I'm going to set search commission. I'm going to assign that sheet 1 dot range E4 through E9. That's going to be my search area for everyone's commission. Now everyone's individual commission, that's going to be made up of the search commission area, right? And it's going to be a cell within that area. So I need to set that, and that will look like this. Set income, that's what I called it earlier, to be assigned search commission, which now is E4 through E9, dot cells. All right, next I mentioned I'm going to be counting rows, and I've declared count as a byte. So I'm going to go ahead, and since my information starts on row 4, I'm going to go ahead and start my count on 4. And you'll see how this comes into play a little bit later on. All right, so the next thing that I need to do is I need to start my for each loop. So I'm going to have Excel look at each individual commission cell that's inside of that entire range of search commission. So I'm going to type in for each income in search commission. That's going to be the beginning of my for each. And of course, I always like to put in my next so I don't forget later on. So I'm just about ready to start my if statement. The next thing that I need to do is to tell VBA that the value that's inside of that cell is going to be the commission. The value that's inside of E4 through E9, each one of those individual cells is a commission. So I'll add that in, give myself a little bit more room there so I can get ready to start my if statements. So in my first if statement, I'm checking to see whether or not the commission is greater than or equal to 10,000. If it is, then I want the bonus to be the commission times 10%. So this is what that will look like. If commission, which again is the individual cell value right now, is greater than or equal to 10,000, then bonus is equal to commission times, and that's just one way of typing in 10%. All right, so the next thing that I'll do is I'll add in what's going to happen if it's 7,000 or greater. So I'll type in else if commission greater than or equal to 7,000, then bonus is going to be assigned commission times 7 over 100, or 7%. All right, so what if neither of those commissions are true? Then what? Well, then I want them to get a bonus of 3%, and that will look like this. Else, bonus equals commission times 3 over 100. All right, let me go ahead and end my if before I forget. So now the last thing that I want to do is I want to tell VBA to take that bonus and to put it into my F column and then whatever row we're currently on. And right now we're in row 4, and that's going to be the count. I have my cells object there, which of course we've learned earlier. And count right now is 4 because I've set it as 4 in the beginning of this procedure, comma 6, so that's F4 dot value equals bonus. So bonus is being assigned right now to F4. On the next line, it increases the count by 1. Then it loops back to find the next cell. And it repeats all over again. It checks the commission, it calculates it, and then it puts the bonus into that corresponding cell. All right, so let me head on back to Excel. I will get rid of the bonus that is there now. Click on Calculate Bonus, and there's my answer. So those are 2 different examples of how you can use for each. I hope they were helpful. You have this file again in the resources section for this lecture.